mulching and tidying your beds and borders. So mulching beds and borders after you've tidied them up, it can help to feed your garden ready for when your plants start to grow again in the spring, providing food at a time when they need it the most. As the winter gets going, your plants start to die back. They go into dormancy, they start to die back. So the dead material left behind can start to make your garden look a little bit untidy. Now, we know that this can be good material and good resource, if you like, to support the insects and wildlife living in your garden. So that is good. It's good to have these bits here for a bit of time. But to get the best from your garden as you go into spring, and also to make your garden look on point, a tidy up will need to happen at some point as well before the spring starts. So this tidy up, depending on your garden size or the state of your garden as well, how much of a wild area you've got, needs only take like 45 minutes to do. So it doesn't need to take that long to tackle. This can be a fairly easy job and will make a real noticeable difference to the look of your garden, to the impact it has on you as well. So quick tidy up of your beds and borders. Now, if you've got like a garden that I've got the beds and borders that I will tidy up. I'll cut back things sort of around now. I've left them there for all of autumn, and then coming into early winter, I've left them there, but I've started to cut things back now. Things that the seed heads have definitely gone, the seeds have been eaten, scattered, whatever they have gone. So I cut those back. My vegetable patch has still got an odd few dead seed heads and things going on in there, grass and things like that. So I've left those alone pretty much. I did start to tidy my vegetable patch up at the weekend, but the back part of my garden I leave and that goes wild. So there are bits in there that I won't cut back. They'll be left for the wildlife. That's my compromise. My garden part, so the front part of my garden, if you like, the front part of my back garden. That makes sense. The front part of my back garden makes sense in my head. Will be tidied, and then the back part of my back garden will be wild. So only needs to take you a short time to do, and it can really make an impact into the look of your garden getting ready for spring. So it makes it tidier, makes it much easier to maintain. This is the part that's going to have the knock-on effect for your garden. So mulching, again, is a job that takes no more than 10-15 minutes, depending on the size of the area you've got to cover. If you have a huge garden, it might take a little bit longer, but generally speaking, it can be quite a quick job to do. Mulching beds and borders after you've tidied them up, it can help to feed your garden ready for when your plants start to grow again in the spring, providing food at a time when they need it the most. Spring and summer, also spring and summer, is a time of rapid growth. So your plants are going to need as much nutrients as they can possibly get out the soil at that time. So if you can mulch them now and let the winter weather take it down into the soil, break it down, and then it will start to condition the soil and add the nutrients into the soil. As soon as the plants start to grow, the roots can start taking up all this nutrients as it needs it really quickly. And then the plants aren't going to suffer or be stunted by the fact that they can't get what they need early spring. It's going to be there for them ready. And then you have to feed them so much through the summer because it will be just filtering through nicely throughout the summer months. So it's going to save an awful lot of time. So this will also help towards the resilience of your plants as well, keeping them strong. So they're going to be able to recover from pest and disease damage faster as well. So this will help you to not need to treat your plants so much, any maintenance, any pruning or damage or anything like that. It'll reduce the need for this as well because they will recover faster, meaning they'll heal, sort themselves out quicker. So there's lots to be said for a bit of mulch. And mulching can also help to show a clean and tidy look to your garden as well, which is what my favourite bit about mulching is, I will say. When you mulch a flower bed, it makes everything look uniform, makes everything look clean and tidy. It covers up a lot of sins, a good mulch does. So a good couple of inches of mulch is really good. So yeah, it makes a good, clean, tidy look to your garden, and it will also give you a nice blank canvas, if you like, to fill, nice clean area, ready to fill with your bedding plants when you come to plant those up in the spring. So mulch is really good for that. And the top, where the bedding only sort of root down into the top layer of ground, they'll root into most of the mulch rather than any of the lower down soil, if you like, before it's worked its way down, which is what mulch will do through the year. Your bedding plants are going to be very, very, very happy plants because all the nutrients is going to be in the top of the ground. So soil care is very important, as we know. I talk about it quite a lot on here because it is very important. Soil is the foundation of your garden. If you look after your soil, you're going to make your life a lot easier in your garden. So it's very important. And by taking the time to mulch now, you can provide more support for the overall health of your garden. That's helping them to remove or recover, faster from any damage, reducing the need to treat as you go through the year. Simple face value, tidying out your beds and borders will make your garden look much nicer. Mulching your beds and borders will make your garden look much tidier and happier, which will give you the motivation and like a positive feel about your garden because it will look nice. But the knock-on effects from these actually helps you throughout the year, not just at this period of time.